Hi, this is Hayley Browning, and this is my first video log for the LCTE 2017 trip. Now, before we begin, there are only a few days left before our trip, so there are a few things I want to discuss. One being my commitment to learning new things during our program. I am very committed overall to learning new things. I realize that the most important part of this trip is the learning aspect of it. We signed up for classes, so that's not something that should be overlooked. I'm going into this with the mindset that I will be learning things all the time, even if it's something as small as the cultural norms around me. I'm eager to experience a new culture and the learning curve that comes along with that. This means that a lot of the learning I experience will likely be learning that only applies to myself. I'm hoping that this experience will help me truly grow as a person through exposing me to new things and showing me that there's more to the world than what meets the eye. There are a few global competencies that I want to focus on based on my goals for learning during this trip. One would be adapting to situations of change. When I discuss learning about myself, this mostly applies to how I can grow as a person. In particular, I struggle with change. I am a big planner and always have been, so being flexible is something that I hope this trip can help me improve upon. Walking away with the global competency of being able to adapt to situations of change is something I hope to be able to say I have accomplished by the end of this trip. Being immersed in the culture will also help me interact with people who hold different interests, values, or perspectives, another global competency we have discussed. This is an important skill for me to acquire, as it will help me understand the world on a different level and see that there are multiple sides to every story, like we've talked about in our pre-trip meetings. Now, with regard to overall learning, I'll be addressing multiple global competencies, specifically working effectively with coworkers, allocating time effectively, conveying ideas verbally, and resourcefulness in accomplishing assignments. Much of what we'll be doing will be either discussion-based or project-based, so coming into the trip with the mindset of being a team player will help me hopefully help my group be effective in what we do. Now, to connect this to some things we've discussed in class already, as I head into the trip, the pre-trip meetings have really shown me that I still have a lot to learn. We've discussed specifics regarding refugees, different educational experiences for children, and about political unrest in Europe. But in all honesty, I had not known that a lot of this was going on around me. I had some idea, but not a lot of the specifics. In college, a lot of us fall into kind of a little bubble that basically just sums up the going-ons of the surrounding campus. But people all over the world are being killed and forced to flee their home in an effort to attain safety, while we're simply walking to grab a coffee at the nearest Sparties. The article that really hit home for me and showed me that I need to head into this trip with a different mindset was the story of the family of refugees that moved to Michigan. The family actually moved to my hometown. Now, I grew up there, but I had no idea that any refugees were living there. It just goes to show that a lot of us are oblivious to other things besides our own lives. I'm really hoping that this trip will help me to take a step back and look at things from a new perspective after seeing things firsthand. Thank you.